Good evening and welcome to the news at 8. I am Tariro Manamiken. We're coming to you live from our Pocket Hill studios in Highlands, Harare. We'll later on cross to our Montrose studios in Bulawayo, where Arthur C. Evans is on standby to give us part of the bulletin.
Indeed, it is a beautiful evening, Tari. I'm Liam Bernard with Pisa Jamanika interpreting the bulletin in sign language. Let's take a look at the stories we're tracing tonight.
President Mnangagwa rallies the country's junior parliament to inform national development priorities.
In other news, war veterans pay tribute to the late national hero, Comrade Luke Mushore.
And in business, government makes significant strides to ensure all imports meet safety and quality standards.
In sports news, Zimbabwe national men's 7 rugby team, the Cheetahs, progressed to the knockout stages of the Rugby Africa's 7th Cup.
Those were our headlines. We now give you the news in detail, starting with this story where President Mnangagwa says the country's junior parliament must not just be a talk show, but a platform for serious discussions that impact on national policy formulation. He was speaking during the 33rd session of the junior parliament at the Parliament building in Mount Hampton this Friday. And Josephine Bugio gives us the details.
Junior parliamentarians from the country's 10 provinces gathered at the Parliament building in Mount Hampton for the official opening of the 33rd session of their forum. In the next year, they will meet and deliberate on various issues that affect them. President Emmerson Mnangagwa, who presided over the session, emphasized that the Junior Parliament Forum should be one that looks into important topics that have a bearing on the livelihood of the country's young generation.
I applaud the Minister of Youth Empowerment, Development and Vocational Education for the leadership and guidance it continues to provide to you, our young people, and the Junior Parliament in particular. My government expects the recommendations of the comprehensive evaluation of the Junior Parliament program towards strengthening the overall impact of the program. Don't be shy. Say what you think we are failing to do for you. This forum must not be reduced to a mere talk show, but the output of the Junior Parliament must inform our national development priorities as well as programs and projects as we go forward.
President Mnangagwa said the newly launched Junior Alumni Parliament Network should serve as a think tank while encouraging the youth to take up opportunities in vocational training.
The launch of the Junior Parliament Alumni Network is a development worth celebrating. The platform should ensure that the leadership nurtured in this august house remains a voice in national discussions concerning children and the youth of our country. The alumni should serve as a think tank and mentorship engine that prepares our young people for the future ahead. The rollout of the National Youth and Adolescent Protection and Safeguarding Policy guarantees that young people's engagement is grounded in dignity and inclusion. This policy provides mechanisms and empowers institutions to act responsibly in protecting you, our youth. Technical and vocational skills are critically important in our quest to realize our national vision. I urge you, our young people, to take full advantage of the opportunities that my government is offering as we improve the quality of our living standards.
The head of state also reminded the junior parliamentarians that youth service, patriotism, loyalty and volunteerism are key components of the ongoing national development agenda. Josephine Mugio, ZBC News.
The body of the late national hero, Comrade Luke Mushore, has been taken to his farm in Centenary, where it will lie in state before being brought back to Harare this Sunday. The details.
The body of the late national hero, whose Chimrenga name was Comrade Dick Joboringo, will lie in state at his centenary farm before it is brought to Harare this Sunday, ahead of burial at the National Heroes Acre on Monday. President Emmerson Mnangagwa will preside over the burial of the veteran politician on Monday. As the nation mourns national hero Comrade Luke Mushore, war veterans in Mashonaland Central Province have described him as a pace-setter who paved the way for many cadres to join the liberation struggle.
1972 Comrade Mushore vachipinda muhondo, in 1972 inchipindawo muhondo. Saka tine nzvimbo dzakawanda dzatakasangana macomrades. Ndinoti ndine urombo nokushayikirwa nomwe wedu.
Aiva mutungamiriri anga akashinga akazvipira kusunungura nyika.
Currently tane nhengo dzenational kuno kumuzarabani nhatu. Kunoti Comrade Rutande, kuti Comrade Hu, nasu unotina Comrade Mushore. Toda kutenda president.
The ZANU-PF Mashonaland Central leadership spoke on how Comrade Joboringo contributed to the liberation of the country and played active political roles as the ruling party's provincial chairman and legislator for 2 terms.
Vakashanda nzvimbo dzakawanda vari kuhondo, asi vapedza isu tinozovazivo vabva kuhondo vava kushandira province, vakamboita member of parliament imo munzvimbo matiri munomu, vakaita zvakare chairman weZANU-PF. Basa randiri kubata iko zvinozvi vaive chairman wangu iyeni.
Basa ravo harina kuperera pakungosunungura nyika. Vadzoka kubva kuhondo vane mabasa akawanda vakasenza. Rimwe remabasa avo vakaita member of parliament from Zarabani constituency chakabatana pa first term yavo, chakabatana Muzarabani North neMuzarabani South, ikazogurwa vapinda second term yavo, ivo vakazova member of parliament for Muzarabani North constituency, inova yandiri member of parliament inini izvezvi.
Born on the 15th of June 1949 in Madziwa, Mshore village, Comrade Joboringo decided to join the liberation struggle in 1972 while staying in Mzarabani district, Kagodo village under Chief Kasekete. Together with other comrades, they launched an attack at Drumuda farm in Centenary before making an escape to Lower Mzarabani, where they stayed for 2 days at Chadereka. The daring freedom fighters traveled to Chifombo, which borders both Zambia and Mozambique, and crossed into Zambia. At independence, Comrade Mushore was in Toko and got a job as a commissioner of police in 1980 at police headquarters. He worked as a police commissioner for a while before he was reassigned to the Ministry of Sports and Culture in Chinhoyi. After retiring from civil service, he then joined politics and became a district party chairman and rose to become provincial chairperson, and was later elected member of parliament from Zarabani constituency. Comrade Mushore is survived by 4 wives and 21 children. Mourners are gathered at Babon Farm in Centenary. Tapiwa Machemedze, ZBC News, Centenary.
The Second Republic's commitment to bridging the digital divide between rural and urban schools continues to gain traction after Mtetengwe Primary School in Beitbridge West had its computer laboratory refurbished.
Mtetengwe Primary School in Beitbridge West has become a digital hub of empowerment and a center of empowerment after the commissioning of computer laboratory by Vice President Kembo Mohadi. Rural schools like Mtetengwe Primary School have become digital hubs where dreams are being translated into data, classrooms into technology laboratories, and schoolyard into incubators of future leaders. This has been enabled by the far-sighted leadership of the Second Republic that has invested in the total transformation of the schools. Officially commissioning the computer laboratory, solarized nutrition garden, and 4 refurbished classroom blocks this Saturday, Vice President Kembo Mohadi reaffirmed the government's commitment to the transformation of the education system.
Education is the bedrock of our nation's development, and the renovations we inaugurate today are evidence to our shared commitment to providing our children with the best possible learning environment. The classrooms, libraries, laboratories, and other facilities that we unveil today are more than just structures. They are but sanctuaries of knowledge, creativity, and hope for our future leaders.
The computer laboratory, fully equipped with 25 desktops, 30 laptops and digital monitors, speaks to the Second Republic's endeavor to bridge the digital divide between rural and urban schools.
As Net One, we are honored to play a central role through our corporate social responsibility in this revolution. Our interventions here at Mtetengwe are not symbolic, they are substantive.
It is indeed a great occasion, which is a testament of commitment to partnerships between the government of Zimbabwe and the other private sector towards the improvement of educational facilities and development of sports. Proper and adequate learning facilities are key in achieving schools' pass rate.
Government is committed to the development of schools through partnerships.
We have witnessed unprecedented sustainable investments in our schools through public-private partnerships, as we have witnessed today. It is evidently imperative that we are witnessing the registered success towards the implementation of the National Development Strategy 1.
The event was preceded by a half marathon in honor of Vice President Kembo Mohadi, which was organized to promote good health and minimize cases of drug and substance abuse. Providence Maranelli, ZBC News, Bedbridge.
The government says it is committed to the completion of the Gwayi-Shangani Lake after cabinet resolved to avail $5 million United States dollars every month towards the project. The details.
The Second Republic says the project is important to the nation, coming at a time when the need for reliable water has occupied discussions in government circles. Government views the Gwayi-Shangani Lake as a national priority project and an urgent developmental program that will immensely benefit the society.
Zvino tapuwa mari inoita $5 million US dollars. Tinoda 4 million mwedzi wega wega kuti tikwanise kusumudza dhamu. Zvino tiri pamamita anoita 39 tasarirwa nemamita anoita 22 anonzi pachirungu full supply level. Saka tatisi nemari yauya nemari yatanzi inouya mwedzi wega wega vachinonyatsotarisa kuongorora kuti tinokwanisa kufamba zvakadini gore rino. Tanzwawo nezvemagetsi anoitwa ipapo 10 megawatts nekuti zvivakwa zvava pa 44%. Tanzwawo nezvepipeline inoenda nemvura asi ichiita madiridziro 200 hectares.
Ndikumbonga upresident ukuthi i-treasury idispersile $5 million United States dollars ukuthi kucontinue idamu njengokusiphoromisa kwakho upresident ukuthi maybe lo nyaka idamu leli kufuze siphele siqalise ukubamba amanzi.
The Gwayi-Shangani Lake project will create an agriculture green belt in the area and also cascade down to other industries such as tourism, power and energy development. The lake will also solve Bulawayo's perennial water supply challenges. Mshomuli Ncube, ZBC News, Wange.
Ministers of Education and educationists from East and Southern Africa who convened in Harare this week for the Southern and East Africa Consortium for Monitoring Educational Quality convention deliberated on the quality of education systems in the region and standardizing curriculums across Africa.
In an effort to improve basic education in Africa, SIGMEC research programs have been identified as key in influencing policy changes towards transforming the African education sector. Speaking to ZBC News on the sidelines of a SIGMEC meeting held in Harare, South Africa's Deputy Minister of Basic Education, Dr. Mahabo Regina Mahule, and Botswana's Assistant Minister of Child Welfare and Basic Education, Mr. Justin Hunyepa, said the transformation of Africa's education system can only be achieved if African countries work together.
Without education, there can be no development. Development is only through education, where we guide the young ones to be innovative and to change the world.
We need to have our own type of education, which is also universal acceptable within the SADC region, within Southern and Eastern Africa. We need to have our own indigenous type of education, which we can use to exploit the resources that we have.
Chairperson of SICMEC, Dr. Torirai Moyo, who is also Zimbabwe's Minister of Primary and Secondary Education, highlighted the importance of continued research as a step towards transforming Africa's education sector.
We need to harmonize our curriculum. We need to harmonize bodies of knowledge. Our modules should reflect that what happens in Southern Africa should be happening in Eastern Africa, so that in the event of students transferring from one school, say from Zimbabwe, going to South Africa, a student who is in grade 6 should be able to just join a class in grade 6 in South Africa. The same would apply in terms of a student in grade 11. When that student transfers to Zimbabwe, who automatically join lower sixth form. That should not end there. It should also, we need also to harmonize the qualifications framework. We need to come up with a regional qualifications framework where anyone who has passed O-level or advanced level can quickly or suitably fit into the system in South Africa and go into any university in South Africa.
SICMEC has successfully completed 5 large-scale studies which are having huge impact on the education sector in East and Southern Africa, with most countries, including Zimbabwe, having adopted new curriculums. Fungai Jachi, ZBC News, Harare.
Now, the need to empower and amplify the voices of Africa's First Ladies, since they connect directly with the ordinary citizens, especially women and youth, and deeply understand the realities on the ground, was high on the agenda at the recently ended First Lady of Africa's Impact and Resilience, that's the FLAIR Summit, held in the UK. This was said by Zimbabwean Ambassador to the United Kingdom, Colonel Retired Christian Katsande, who represented the First Lady, Dr. Auxilium Mnangagwa, at the FLAIR Summit. The First Lady, Dr. Auxilium Mnangagwa, could not attend the FLAIR Summit owing to a clash of programs, since she was also invited to the Merck Foundation First Ladies Initiative Summit together with other 13 First Ladies from Africa and Asia. In his message, Colonel Retired Katsande said the summit is necessary and it is more important than ever to empower and amplify the voices of African First Ladies, adding that their voices understand the realities on the ground, since they connect directly with the ordinary citizens, especially women and youth. Colonel Retired Katsande also thanked the organizers and co-founders of the FLAIR Summit, highlighting that it comes to an important opportune time as the world is facing complex challenges that require women to be the leading voices for sustainable solutions. The ambassador also extended the First Lady's invitation to the FLAIR Summit organizers for them to visit some of the Zimbabwe's iconic tourist destinations, including the majestic Victoria Falls. And now let's hear more from Colonel Retired Katsande speak on this.
This summit comes at an opportune time as the world is facing complex challenges that require women to be the leading voices for sustainable solutions. And I suppose as men, we must humbly acknowledge that we have not always done a good job of safeguarding the future for the next generations. And we need to take the time to listen, to support, to elevate and amplify women's leadership. As I have already mentioned, this summit is timely and necessary. It is more important than ever to empower and amplify the voices of Africa's First Ladies. These are voices that deeply understand the realities on the ground. They connect directly with ordinary citizens, especially women and youth, and are uniquely placed to advocate for inclusive development with the powers that be in various jurisdictions. Her Excellency Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, through her interactions with communities across Zimbabwe and the region, founded the Angel of Hope Foundation. And this foundation is committed to improving health, empowering women and youth, and preserving cultural heritage. It has made a significant impact in both rural and urban areas, empowering girls to dream big, including become leading entrepreneurs and scientists, and strengthening Zimbabwean identity and pride, and their efforts in preserving and promoting cultural values and the title patron of culture and heritage in Zimbabwe. Women's empowerment is one of the cornerstones of the Angel of Hope Foundation. Through initiatives such as the Zimbabwe Women's Microfinance Bank, women, especially those excluded from traditional male-dominated financial systems, are being supported to start and grow their own businesses. This tailored approach is unlocking potential and transforming the lives of women who normally would not have access to capital in the traditional financial markets. I am pleased to share with you a booklet which my team have, which outlines the Foundation's work across key areas of health, education, skills development, particularly in the area of fintech and artificial intelligence as well, culture, environment, empowerment, and wildlife conservation. This summit, I believe, has successfully brought together the voices from Africa's First Ladies to spotlight critical issues affecting African women. The energy and momentum generated here must not end when we leave this conference or summit. We must harness this platform to bring about real, tangible change. And our communities expect more than talk. They deserve action, and we must deliver.
Now, the establishment of village business units across the country is sustaining families in rural communities by providing them with commercially viable enterprise and financial security. And we get the details in the upcoming report.
An initiative to empower rural communities through the establishment of commercially viable village business units is yielding positive results, as evidenced by Dzenga Village Business Unit and Gwayi Business Unit in Buera District, Manicaland Province. The thriving Dzenga Village Business Unit has produced tangible results for more than 50 families in the area.
Mvura yatakaisirwa gore rapera iyoyi takakwanisa kurima zvinota tamu stage 3 tichirima kubva gore rapera. Takaona mukurima kwatakaita ikoko takaona kuti zvakatibatsira se community. Mombe dzedu dzakawana pekumwa mvura, then vanhu vakawana mvura yekumwa vachishandisa.
Pari zvino vakadzi chaipa muno munharaunda sevakadzi vechidiki tavanokwe kutandarira kana nekutorodzerwa pfungwa dzekurima. Vamwe takanga tisina pfungwa dzacho dzekuti torima tofambisa sei pakurima.
Tatine dambudziko rekuti vamwe usina muriritiri. Saka iko zvinonda kukwanisa kuti ndokwanisa kuendesa vanhu vangu kuchikoro.
The beneficiaries are actively engaged in agricultural activities, primarily horticulture, which has proved to be a lucrative enterprise.
Para last stage napatakamboti kowe takakowa zvimwe zvoti takatotengesawo zvekuti takabudisa mari yakati nake chaizvo.
Dzenga Village Head Mr. Piano Muneri said the establishment of the village business unit has brought renewed hope and economic stability to families who are also shareholders.
Takuwanawo mvura tichiwanawo pambeu dzatiri kurima, takuwanawo tichinotengesa, tichiwanawo tumari twekuti titenge mabhuku evana nemapenzura evana.
Village business units are part of the Presidential Rural Development Program, which aims to stimulate economic growth and improve livelihoods in rural communities across Zimbabwe. John Nandara, ZBC News, Buera.
And now for more news, you can visit our website. That's www.zbcnews.co.zw. We're also on various media social platforms, X, Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube. And the handle to follow there is ZBC News Online. Stories ahead in this bulletin.
Government makes significant strides to ensure all imports meet safety and quality standards. And in sport, Zimbabwe national men's sevens rugby team, the Cheetahs, progressed to the knockout stages of the Rugby Africa Sevens Cup. Those stories and more still to come. We take a break, but stay with us.
Mark your calendar, June 25th to 28th. Victoria Falls hosts the 2025 Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce ZNCC Annual Congress at Elephant Hills. Running under the theme, Unlocking Business Potential Through Policy, Partnerships and Productivity. Join top business minds with Honorable VP Dr. Chiwenga as the esteemed guest of honor and keynote speaker Dr. Arikana Juhombori. Enjoy the Gala Dinner National Awards Ceremony plus the inaugural Presidential Golf Tournament on June 27th. For registration, visit zncc.co.zw or call 0242 770244. ZNCC, the voice of business.
You're gonna see it's the place to be.
Asilwela ukunqoba kuphela, kepha silwela ukwakha isizwe esinohlonze.
Sekunjalo.
Win big in the EcoCash Chakataya Ziawaku EcoCash promotion with over 200,000 winners. Earn at least 20 points when you cash in. Send money, buy airtime or data, make payments, receive money from the diaspora, or receive your salary via EcoCash. And you could be in the running to win an all-expenses-paid trip to watch an AFCON match in Morocco, a holiday for two in Dubai, solar kits, cows, fridges, gas stoves, motorbikes, cash, airtime, and so much more. It's simple. Simply transact, earn points, and win in the Chakataya Ziawaku EcoCash promotion. Dial *151# or use the EcoCash app now. EcoCash. Live life the EcoCash way.
ZIMRA here reminds all taxpayers that the income tax second quarter provisional tax is due on the 25th of June 2025. Taxpayers are advised to submit returns through the TARM system and pay the tax due through the TARM single account. Returns and payments can be submitted even before the due date. For any assistance, taxpayers are encouraged to contact ZIMRA through the ZIMRA contact center by email on contactcenter@zimra.co.zw or through WhatsApp number 0782-729-862 or toll-free numbers 585 or 08010271 net 1. ZIMRA, my taxes, my duties, building my Zimbabwe.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. We continue with the news. Now, Zimbabwe is taking proactive steps to secure the future of its reproductive health services, with the Zimbabwean National Family Planning Council engaging the parliament to boost domestic funding and reduce reliance on external aid.
Amid shifting global aid dynamics, Zimbabwe is moving towards a sustainable health financing model. At a high-level meeting held in Kadoma, ZNFPC laid out a case for increased local support to ensure universal access to family planning and reproductive health services.
We
acknowledge and realize that if we then increase domestic financing towards family planning and sexual reproductive health programs in the country, we will be able to fund our programs, and we will be able to ensure that we support our outreach programs where we then educate and sensitize our young people, our parents, to reduce drug and substance abuse, to reduce issues to do with teenage pregnancy.
To improve service delivery and financial sustainability, ZNFPC is finalizing the Zimbabwe National Family Planning Cost Recovery Framework. The initiative seeks to enhance efficiency while exploring alternative ways to fund contraceptive programs.
We have initiated the process of developing a National Family Planning Cost Recovery Framework, which we are yet to get approval and also consensus from our parent ministry. And we are also working together with the UNFPA, one of our key development partners, who are also assisting us through the Compact of Agreement, where for every dollar invested in family planning, Zimbabwe is also receiving double the amount.
Members of Parliament expressed a strong support for ZNFPC's mandate and affirmed their commitment to advocating for increased health allocations in the national budget.
We've got the AIDS levy, so we've got the sugar tax and the other taxes that are in place. So we want to ring-fence these taxes to ensure that we support not only the Family Planning Council but also other health initiatives like the purchase of equipment for our health institutions.
Pa budget rachaita even gore rino ra 2025 tigadzira 2026 toda kuti number 1 tiwedzere mari inofana kupiwa kuMinistry of Health tisvike pa 15% yeAbuja. Number 2 tinofana kumeka sure kuti nyaya yema-teen pregnancies iri kuitika ikwanise kunge ichi reducewa.
Health insurance scheme, I know it's a big animal and things are already rolling out, but this is very important, particularly in our context where less than 10% of the population are on medical aid. It's a small number. So the National Health Insurance Scheme is important.
Zimbabwe's broader health sector reforms, including the introduction of a sugar tax, the proposed national health insurance, and the implementation of health levy mechanisms, highlighting the country's increasing focus on sustainable, locally driven solutions to strengthen its healthcare system.
Now from the capital, it's time to cross over to Bulawayo, our Montrose studios, where Arthur C. Evans is on standby to take us on. Arthur, it is a beautiful evening. It's now over to you.
Thank you so much, Leanne. Well, government is actively working on empowering the dependents of late liberation heroes and heroines nationwide through awareness campaigns on how they can get assistance from the state.
The Minister of Veterans of the Liberation Struggle this Friday held an awareness program in Umguza District, Matabeleland North Province, to deliberate with the children, widows and widowers of the late heroes and heroines of the liberation struggle. Dependents of the war veterans who attended the meeting described the meeting as a fruitful session as they now understand the procedure for applying for their benefits.
Namhlanje sifunde okunye ekade silokhu sisemnyameni. Kuncedile kakhulu namhlanje kwimibuzo eminengi ebesilayo iphendulo.
I didn't have any idea ngokuthi kwenzakalani ngabo baba bethu abashonile and all that. So now I know ukuthi if umzali wamashonile ngiyakwazi ukuthi ngidinge imali zakhe zikwazi ukuncedisa.
We are happy as abafelokazi. Usenzele kahle ngoba namhlanje uhlelo lolu luyaphithizela. Luyasebenza futhi siyazibona lama fruits akhona siyawabona.
Assistant Commissioner of Heroes Dependents, Gladys Moyo, stated that they have embarked on a nationwide awareness campaign after realizing that dependents are not fully aware of the procedures in applying for benefits.
Abantwana abazalwa ngucomrade wabhubha. Unkosikazi owachiywa ngucomrade wabhubha. Umntwana owachiywa ngucomrade owabhubhayo, meaning a stepchild or adopted child or umntwana owazalwa ngemuva ucomrade esesishiyile umama esele ezithwele. Yiwo abantu ecategory esikhangeleleyo to benefit in order to reach and achieve Vision 2030.
Heroes Dependents Board Chairperson Beauty Sibanda highlighted that having the opportunity to engage with the dependents was an eye-opener.
As we discovered during our outreach, ukuthi bebevele besemnyameni
and this outreach isenzele kahle kakhulu ngoba ngithemba balajabulile abantu. At least this thing has opened our eyes abantu.
The Minister of Veterans of the Liberation Struggle has also been to Cholocho and Plumtree with the aim of creating awareness on how to apply for benefits nationwide. The National Heroes Act, introduced by government, seeks, among other issues, to ensure that heroes' dependents receive state assistance.
Head of Government Partnerships investing in African mining in Daba, Ms. Zinab El Sayed, has described Zimbabwe's mineral strategy as a pedestal to becoming a competitive mining destination as the country continues to focus on value addition and sustainable development.
Zimbabwe is actively positioning itself as a very competitive mining destination, with a growing focus on value addition, beneficiation, and sustainable development. And the Indaba fully supports these ambitions by providing the visibility and engagement opportunities required to attract that responsible long-term investment. Our platform enables Zimbabwe to communicate directly with global audiences, from institutional investors to OEMs and sustainability experts, by showcasing its reform agenda and strategic mineral strategy. We also see Zimbabwean stakeholders playing a critical role in shaping the broader future of African mining. So whether it's contributing to policy harmonization through SADC, leading innovation in battery minerals, or championing responsible mining practices, Zimbabwe brings a lot to the table. The country's experience, ambitions, and mineral wealth give it a strategic voice in Africa's transition towards green energy and industrialization.
As the world celebrates International Day of Yoga on the 21st of June, youths from Chitungwiza were part of a global event with activities taking place at India House in Harare this Saturday.
The 11th International Day of Yoga, celebrated globally on the 21st of June, is being celebrated under the theme Yoga for One Earth, One Health. Indian Ambassador to Zimbabwe, His Excellency Brahma Kumar, spoke on the significance of the celebrations and yoga.
Started when in 2015 India put forward a resolution in the United Nations to designate 21st June as International Day of Yoga to promote universal harmony and bonding between the humanities across the world. And it was the first motion in the United Nations where 175 countries came forward and supported. And since then, it has become like a mass movement.
Ambassador Kumar also highlighted the importance of fostering people-to-people relations between India and Zimbabwe.
We had students from Chitungwiza, Young Africa. So far, in all those events, around 1,000 plus people participated. So it is a very good, encouraging sentiment.
The ancient wisdom of yoga connects humanity across the globe and is now being used as a tool to strengthen Indian and Zimbabwean traditional knowledge systems. Farai Gwaze, ZBC News, Harare.
My name is Arthur Sevens for the Montrose News Desk. We stretch into more of the bulletin immediately after this break.
Life can sometimes seem like it's on pause, each day blending into the next. You're left wondering when the excitement will return, when the adventure will begin. That first sip awakens the wild rivers within, where every moment is an opportunity to explore, discover, to live. Welcome to the world of Zambezi Lager, where the mighty Zambezi flows and greatness abounds. For the Zambezians, it's all about good friends, great moments, and the taste of adventure. Step into the captivating world of Zambezi Lager, where every taste is a journey and every moment shared is filled with the heartfelt pride of Zimbabwe. Zambezi Lager, for those who seek adventure, who cherish the journey, and who know that life's greatest moments are shared.
Crowd goes absolutely emphatic. He has done it.
Get ready for more on SuperSport, the only place to watch all the FIFA Club World Cup.
Vakuru vedu vemakare
vaiziva kurunga zvinwiwa nezvekudya zvinobatsira kuti ugare wakagwinya. Isu veCaptain takaona zvakakosha kuti tibike Captain Ginger Wise tichishandisa zvinwiwa izvi. Gara wakagwinya neCaptain Ginger Wise. Tibatei pa0775 135 800. Captain, inhaka nesimba muchinwiwa chimwe chete.
Win big in the EcoCash Chakataya Ziawaku EcoCash promotion with over 200,000 winners. Earn at least 20 points when you cash in. Send money, buy airtime or data, make payments, receive money from the diaspora, or receive your salary via EcoCash. And you could be in the running to win an all-expenses-paid trip to watch an AFCON match in Morocco, a holiday for two in Dubai, solar kits, cows, fridges, gas stoves, motorbikes, cash, airtime, and so much more. It's simple. Simply transact, earn points, and win in the Chakataya Ziawaku EcoCash promotion. Dial *151# or use the EcoCash app now. EcoCash. Live life the EcoCash way.
A warm welcome back and many thanks to Arthur C. Evans there for giving us that part of the bulletin. And now on a rather sad development, at least 18 tuck shop owners in Harare were left counting losses this Saturday after their shops in Leopold Takawira Street gutted by fire. Let's hear more.
The Zimbabwe Public Police reports a fire incident which is occurred at number 1 Leopold Takawira in Harare, where some tuck shops, almost 18 of them, caught fire after a tenant who was allegedly using a gas tank to prepare some popcorns. Had this tank bursting, and in the process the fire spread to other shops. So we'll be releasing more details in due course. This is quite sad, to be honest. We are fortunate in the fact that no casualties have been reported.
A 74-year-old man from Marondera tragically died after being stung by a swarm of bees in the town's central business district this Saturday.
The incident occurred as the man was walking past a beehive which is on a street light pole opposite the Marondera government complex. Witnesses reported that the bees which had been attacking passers-by overwhelmed the man as he attempted to fend them off. The man fell to the ground, calling for help, but those who tried to assist were also attacked and forced to flee for their own safety. The Zimbabwe Republic Police and Marondera Municipality came in to assist and took the man to Marondera Provincial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Mr. Chikwerengwe Mavishu, who was also stung, narrated how the swarm of bees attacked the man.
nyuchi dzabva dzatanga kutonga murume saka anga atochema achiridza mhere tibatsireiwo saka titoti tiza but atotadza zvokutiza vachose zvokuti tatozongoona munhu awira pasi.
This news crew saw another individual being attacked by the bees while attempting to escape the area. Gerald SASA-ZBC News, Marondera.
And another sad development story there. Taking us to business news now, government is making significant strides to ensure that all imports meet the safety and quality standards through the implementation of the consignment-based conformity assessment program. Owen Mandova gives us our business report.
The Ministry of Industry and Commerce is undertaking the consignment-based conformity assessment program to ensure that all imports meet the set safety and quality standards, a key factor in establishing a competitive and productive economy. This Thursday, a workshop was held in Harare, with industry stakeholders assessing progress in the implementation of the program. that also safeguards consumer welfare.
With CBCA to verify all imports coming into the country. This program has been running from 2015 to date, and it's our 10th year implementing that program. We are currently revising that program to fine-tune it in line with the demands of the consumers.
Another key stakeholder and custodian of the CBCA program is the Shipping and Freight Forwarders Association of Zimbabwe, which has embraced it and willing to work with the government to regulate and inspect imports.
We have had a lot of roundtables on issues that have arisen, like especially on the issue of CBCA. Remember, it started in 2015. There was an SI, and a lot of SIs has been coming out, but the ministry listened to us because of the confusion that is coming concerning different numbers of SIs on CBCA, and they combined all the SIs into a one statutory instrument, which has also assisted us as an industry so that we would not miss products that needs conformity.
Consumers in general are at risk if substandard imports are brought into the country.
The Consumer Protection Act, which established the Consumer Protection Commission, is very key in terms of Section 10, because it requires consumers' rights to health and safety to be protected.
The CBCA involves pre-shipping inspections, which are carried out in partnership with a private sector entity to check for compliance in terms of quality and safety, a key mechanism to creating a competitive and modern economy. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Harare.
The historic record in tobacco volumes and value this season has set the tone for the industry to drive value addition and localized funding for the golden leaf.
Farmers have this week written their own piece of history as they delivered over 306 million kilograms of tobacco valued at over $1 billion United States dollars in a move that put Zimbabwe on the world map as one of the biggest producers of the golden leaf. The record tobacco deliveries come at a time the Tobacco Industry and Marketing Board has a new substantive Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Emmanuel Machaire, who is pushing for value addition and localization of funding for the golden leaf.
We have licensed it. We've also taken on board 4 new cigarette manufacturing companies that are operating in Zimbabwe. We've made the playing field level and even so that they can secure the raw materials directly from the floors. We've got licensed cigarette manufacturers that are buying crop directly from farmers. So as a regulator, we've ensured that there is availability of the raw materials to those locally available cigarette manufacturing plants.
Tobacco Association of Zimbabwe President Mr. George Seremwe believes the new records should motivate banks to avail financial support towards production for the country to retain the much-needed foreign currency.
We're calling upon banks, financial institutions to participate as well in giving soft loans to the farmers. It has proven that there is money. If you're talking of 1 billion, there is money for sure, and it's just the banks to get organized together with farmers. We get organized and we localize the funding of the tobacco crop.
Statistics from the TIMB suggest that the country is on track to hit a record output of above 330 million kgs, with the marketing season likely to stretch for another month.
And now that's a wrap in business news, taking us to sports news and a story making the headlines. The Zimbabwe national men's 7 rugby team, the Cheetahs, have advanced to the knockout stages of the Rugby Africa Sevens Cup after dominating their pool at Labandana's Sports Club in Madagascar this Saturday.
Eyeing their first continental Sevens title in 13 years, the Cheetahs recorded routine victories over Tunisia, Mauritius and Madagascar to claim pole position of their pool and advance to the next stage of the competition. Ricky Chirengende's charges showed their hunger to break their trophy jinx and the annual competition, first breaking their Tunisian counterparts in a 31-7 victory before completing the rout in their following 2 assignments. Zimbabwe carried the momentum to their second pool match against Mauritius as they completely outclassed the worst nation to complete a 42-7 victory before completing a pool sweep by beating Madagascar 21-7. Madagascar were the second-best team in Pool C, winning 2 of their matches against Mauritania and Tunisia, while Tunisia beat Mauritania 19-17 to plague the worst to a winless day 1. The Cheetahs will face Ghana this Sunday, while Pool B's second-best, Zambia, face off with Madagascar. Pool B winner South Africa, who also completed a clean record, faced the best third-placed team, while Kenya have an easier task against the second-best third-placed team from the pool stage. The Cheetahs last lifted the Africa Sevens title in 2012, and this squad looks ready to make history repeat itself. Reynold Ngwarati, ZBC News.
And now in soccer or football, Tel One have moved into third position on the Castle-Lager Premier Soccer League standings after edging Scotland by 1-0 at Rufaro Stadium this Saturday.
Tel One's steady rise in the Premier Soccer League continues after the Gwayi-based outfit deposed Scotland off third spot this Saturday to finish inside the top 3 halfway through the season. The Herbert Marua-coached outfit applied character against Scotland's star-studded line-up to clinch maximum points at a lively Rufaro Stadium to finish the first half of the campaign on a positive note. Moz FC head coach Lloyd Mutasa's son, Panache, handed Tel One the lead with a sublime long-range finish, and the goal was enough for the two teams to exchange places on the PSL table. In another match, Bikita Minerals were too strong for Manica Diamonds, edging them by a 0-0 at Kibo, moving up the ranks on 19 points. At Nyamunga, ZPC Kariba and Tiarentos played out to a goalless draw as neither side could find the back of the net. Action continues this Sunday with blockbusters on the cards. Unbeaten Moors visit Ngeze Platinum Stars in the peak of the match day's fixtures at Baobab, while struggling Dynamos invade Mandava for a date with FC Platinum, who are also unbeaten this season. A Bulawayo derby is on the cards at Baba Fields as 7-time champions Highlanders host 2015 champions Chicken Inn. Defending champions Zimbabwe visit the Heart for a showdown with Yadam. Caps United and Kwekwe United go head-to-head at Rufaro Stadium in a battle of the strugglers, while at Kibo, Triangle host Green Fuel. Reynold Ngwarati, ZBC News.
And now Bulawayo Giants Highlanders are hoping for a change of fortune against bitter city rivals Chicken Inn when the two-team clash in the Castle-Lager Premier Soccer League at Barbourville Stadium this Sunday.
Highlanders have not beaten Chicken Inn at Barbourville Stadium in 5 years, and during that period, they have managed to draw away at Luveve. Both are coming from an away win, but Barbourville is no longer the fortress after losing 3-2 to Zimbabwe in their last home encounter. Boso have not won at home in their last 3 encounters, losing 2 and also managing a draw ahead of the match against the bitter city rivals that just know how to beat them in their own backyard. Despite the seemingly waning fortunes, Highlanders head coach Kelvin Kayundu is putting on a brave face.
From the last game that we played, we picked up few minor injuries from the squad that travelled. We've given Matthews just light training because of the injury that he sustained. We are always ready for any other game. We know what is at stake. Playing Chicken Inn has never been an easy game.
Chicken Inn, on the other hand, have been struggling despite finally managing to win at home in midweek against Ngeze Platinum Stars.
Veteran long-distance runner Moses Tarakinyu won the Run for Hope half marathon held in honor of Vice President Kembo Mahadi in Beitbridge this Saturday. And Providence Marinelli gives us the details.
A sports event that drew athletes from across the country saw the Black Rhinos athlete Moses Tarakinyu striking gold. Tarakinyu finished the half marathon after just 1 hour, 7 minutes and 45 seconds to fend off competition from his teammate Tatenda Hobe, who came a second later, and Jonathan Chinyoka of ZPCS, who came third at 1 hour 48 seconds.
Resi yandibatsira zvakati kure pa ma preparations atiri kuita like takatasana ne ma big races atinototi ma big muno muZimbabwe Harare tanganda half marathon ne Victoria Falls marathon. Saka zvandiratidza kuti ndiri pakanaka because like it was a preparation for those races. Saka ndafara kuwina all this race.
For other competitors, the marathon, which included people with disabilities, the elderly and children, speaks to the nation's inclusive agenda.
Kunzofara usingaitire nekuwina kwandaita ende kunzofara nekuya kwandaita kunoko zvinobva ndirambe ndichienderera mberi nekumhanya kwangu.
Ndoramba ndichikurudzira kuti tirambe tichingowanirwa futi mamwe maresi tichiramba tichikompita kusvika ndasvikawo kure sezvandiri kuita panguva ino apasipo pandiri kuda kugumira.
Fara kuti vati include semauche kuti tiuyewo tizomanyawo tichiratidzawo zvipo zvedu.
The event, an initiative in honor of Vice President Kembo Mohadi, is part of the nation's campaign against drug and substance abuse and seeks to promote a culture of good health in the society.
Drug and substance abuse is a challenge that affects many lives, tearing at the very fabric of our society.
The event included a half marathon, 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers, and fun runs. Providence Maranelli, ZBC News, Bridge.
Up and coming long distance athlete Wayne Kabondo of Mr. Pace Athletes Club won the second edition of the Bernard Muzeki commemoration 10-kilometer road race in Marondera. Let's get the details.
The 26-year-old Pace Athletics Club athlete Wayne Kabondo shrugged off stiff competition from other athletes to win the race in a time of 30 minutes 42 seconds, followed by Tendai Zimuto, who was 10 seconds behind.
Yeah, I'm feeling happy. I'm excited because I won this race. And came here to run Bernard Muzeki in preparation for the Victoria Falls of Marathon and also Tangana in the next 2 weeks. And I'm feeling better because my speed is improving each and every time.
In the women's category, 29-year-old Caroline Mandu won the race in 35 minutes 8 seconds.
Vangotendera kuti ruziva runhasinge ririko nekumhanya zvakanaka kwandaita ndangotenda nesimba ravandipa.
In the 5-kilometer road race, Owen Slowly won in the men's category, while Constance Nyasango won in the women's category. Gerald Sasa, ZBC News, Marondera.
The 2025 Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service Commissioner General Goodwill Trust Fund Matabeleland North Golf Tournament teed off at the Elephant Hills Golf Resort in Victoria Falls.
Good evening, Zimbabwe. Thank you for having me. Yes, we are still here at the 2025 Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service Commissioner General Goodwill Trust Fund Matabeleland North Golf Tournament, Elephant Hills Golf Course here in Victoria Falls. The games started in the morning all day, and now we have reached the prize giving ceremony, which is about to start any moment from now. We are now joined by Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service Deputy Commissioner General Shepard Mpofu to shed more light on what transpired during the day. Deputy Commissioner General, can you walk us through briefly what transpired today? How many people were in attendance? And we also understand there are your counterparts from Zambia. Can you also shed more light on that?
Thank you very much. Today we had a marvelous day at Victoria Falls Elephant Hills Golf Club. We had almost about 40 teams. Those 40 teams, they included our provisional teams from all over the provinces, Zimbabwe Prison and Correctional Service teams. They also included teams from Zambia. We have our colleagues from Zambia. We have a chief superintendent who came with this team also. We have local teams from the community who came to be with us to enjoy our day. It is a day for the cause, because the cause that we are coming to see is for that amount, or for the trust fund to grow.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
There we are speaking to Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service Deputy Commissioner General Shepard Mpofu, who was actually sharing to us what transpired during the day. As I indicated earlier on, the tournament has reached to a prize giving ceremony, which is about to start any moment from now. So other updates will come. It's back to you in the studio.
Thank you very much to Tichao Nakurewa there. Now we give you the stories that we had for you in this bulletin. President Mnangagwa rallies the country's junior parliament to inform national development priorities.
War veterans pay tribute to the late national hero, Comrade Luke Mushuri.
And in business, government makes significant strides to ensure all imports meet safety and quality standards.
When we took a look at sports, the national men's 7 rugby team, the Cheetahs, they progressed to the knockout stages of the Rugby Africa Sevens Cup. And now that's a wrap on the news at 8 from us here at Pocket Hill Studios as well as Montrose. It's a wrap and a pleasant viewing.
Indeed. Good night.
Good night.
Another chance, Nyakchela Mpincha.
Welcome to this week's episode of Another Chance.
Sebastian Simbi, mujere ndakapinda 2022 ndichabuda 2030.
Ibizo lami nguLameki Ncube. Ejele ngangena mhla ka4 June 2022. Nyaphuma mhla ka25 August 2028.
Sara unonzi tapiwa mapisa. Mujeri ndakapinda 2015.
In today's Father's Day special program,